Simplicity is the outcome of technical subtlety. It is the goal, not the starting point. Maurice Saatchi. My friends, we have worked so hard over the years. Those of you who have been with us as we've done this show for going on now a decade, you know how we started off. All the different indicators that we worked our way through. And then what did we come up with? Well, we came up with, again, the things that have mattered the most in the market in the end, and that is following price movement and volume. And of course, that is what our new book is about how to use these Heikin Ashi candlesticks, how to use the volume indicator, the average volume line, and of course, the trend line. Keep it simple. Use the simplicity to help you muddle your way through till you get there, till you get through the technical aspects. And again, get to that goal of having a simple but workable solution. Applying Occam's razor, that which is simple, has the least inputs, is going to give you the clearest and best output. But as Einstein said, make things as simple as possible, but not simpler. Let's jump into these charts. Everything is down for the day except for bonds. Not a lot going on. I guess the biggest downer is gold, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Let's look first at the S&P 500. We see a green candle for the week. We have, just another day left, and I don't think we're going to get to the average volume unless it's a big day. We can see on the two-day chart, though, as things are continuing to move up, same on the half-day. Again, you can see where things pulled back some in the afternoon. See a lot of volume there. You see where it opened lower than the prior close. That's all that red volume means. Doesn't mean negative volume. It means that the candle with the red volume opened lower than the prior candle's close, whereas, of course, the opposite is true. When it's a green volume, it means that this candle opened higher than the prior candle's close. That's all the volume colors mean. Different meanings, of course, on your Heikin Ashi candlesticks, but we're talking about volume here, so it's not negative volume. Just opening lower than the prior close or opening higher than the prior close. You need to keep that in mind as you look at volume, but we're really looking at the size of the volume stick here, aren't we? Because that's what gives us the subtle indicators when we compare that to what the Heikin Ashi candlesticks are telling us. So again, down a little bit for the day on the S&P, but overall an up week. Not a lot of volume it's going to look like, though, in the end, backing us up. This is just first day of the latest two-day candle, low volume there. Like we said, low volume in the morning, higher volume in the afternoon as things pulled back. Look at what's going on with the NASDAQ 100. Down 0.28%. Not quite twice down as much as the S&P, but again, neither one of those are big figures. Almost 0.3%, not much. We do have a higher week here, reaching, of course, a higher high. Hadn't done that the last 2 weeks. So we matched and then exceeded the highs on the weeks beginning the 4th of November and the 11th of November. Didn't reach those the week beginning the 18th of November and the 25th of November. So this week beginning the 2nd of December, moving up nicely. We can see a fall off. I don't know what volume's going to do here. I was looking at the 2-day, but going back to the weekly, don't know if we're going to have a lot of volume tomorrow. Might get up to average, might not. 2-day, very weak. First day of the latest 2-day candle. Strong volume on the last 2-day candle. Not so much on this one. Again, you can see where there was some enthusiasm price-wise in the morning, not volume-wise, and then pulling back some in the afternoon. What do we see on bonds? Bonds up a little bit, 0.20. Of course, we saw bonds bottom week before last. That was week beginning the 18th of November. Last week beginning the 25th of November. Thanksgiving week, of course, we saw bonds crank up. This week up higher, up for the day just a little bit, 0.2%. Not a lot of volume to speak of on the 2-day. Not either on the half day. Did pop up in the morning and about the same, it looks like, in the afternoon, maybe a little bit higher. And again, not much happening on bonds, but another up week. What do we see with gold? Well, I told you, I feel like gold is hanging around to go down. It still has this pressure from the interim high back on the 28th of October, the week beginning then, with little higher than average volume. Then the turnaround, our telltale sign of a good rotation over, is a red spinning top, which is what we got with decent volume. Then a big down week, the week beginning the 11th of November. And then a doji 2 weeks ago, a doji sort of, just really a little bitty red down candle with a wick on the bottom is what it looks like last week. And then this week about the same. So thinking that downward pressure is still pushing gold. So we'll see as we move along. We can see where things dropped over in the morning, a little further down in the afternoon. Nice volume in the morning on gold. Not a lot of volume on the 2-day chart. Not a lot of volume this week so far. It'd have to be a big day for gold to get that volume up to average for the week. What do we see going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin about flat for the day, 0.05% down, 0.05%. So not much going on with gold. As we look at it, we can see we did reach a higher high. Bitcoin. We did reach a higher high with Bitcoin because I looked at this and I was like, gold? Doesn't look like gold. No, it's Bitcoin. Did reach a higher high with Bitcoin this week. 2-day chart, we see it there. See where Bitcoin popped up in the morning, rolled off in the afternoon. Nice volume, but again, pulling back in the afternoon. 2-day, okay, volume, first day of the latest 2-day candle. In fact, it beat out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and the Friday, Monday, and the November, the Tuesday, Wednesday of last week, the 26th and the we were closed on Thursday, so that would have been the Tuesday, Wednesday, 26th and 27th of November. And again, you can see how the volume has just been low, but this first day of the latest 2-day candle looks like it was a little heavier than those 3 priors. So again, we'll keep an eye on things with that volume, see where it leads us. Patreon members, we have already uploaded for you earlier in the week the Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies at the Patreon page. We also will be emailing out to you tonight the link to that same video, Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies, and the weekly vertical crossovers. If you're not a Patreon member, you are missing out. Up to 20 weekly vertical crossovers. We go through the S&P 500 every week and pick out up to 20 of those for you. These are rotations over on the weekly chart going from red to green or green to red. And we also take a look at volume and we try to find you some interesting ones to survey and potentially practice trade. So if you're interested in really upping your game, I know services that charge a whole lot more than we do at any of the levels not any of the levels, but particularly at our first level of entry as a Patreon supporter. Also, the minute you sign up as a Patreon member, you get the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. And of course, if you can read a chart, there is no reason that you should not be able to successfully practice trade options if you pick good charts. You have good charting skills and good reliability. You can practice trade options too, and I think you will find success. But again, if you're trying to trade options and you don't know how to read a chart or you're not good at it, you have no reason to be doing that. You might as well go to Vegas and gamble. Be a lot more fun. If you're spending a lot of money, they'll give you free drinks and maybe tickets to a show. You would enjoy that a lot more than simply losing money. Okay, my friends, God bless all of you. Thank you so much, Patreon members, for underwriting the work we do here for free at the channel. If you appreciate what we do, consider supporting us. God bless.